Hello, my fellow unicorns. Today you're in for a treat because I'm going to show you a really fun collection of laser discs. This is not my personal collection, this is my father-in-law's. He let me borrow it, and I just kind of wanted to show you all the different movies. This one is a classic, Clueless, with Alicia Silverstone. It says sex, clothes, popularity, whatever. It's one of my favorite chick flicks. I need to get the DVD version of it, but we've got the Laserdisc. It's got some pictures here from the film, which is cool. Then over here we've got The Saint with Val Kilmer. It says, never reveal your name, never turn your back, never surrender your heart. This one has a little bit of wear and tear on it, but that's okay because the crinkles sound amazing. Okay. I actually have never seen this movie like fully. I've only seen like parts of it, and I guess because I was really young when it came out, so it just, at that time it didn't catch my attention, but I would like to see it just because I think Val Kilmer is a good actor, so I'd like to see him in some of these. Oh, and I guess these are all the different roles he plays or costumes that he plays within the film. So yeah. This one is a extended play, The Sound of Music. It's a special widescreen edition. This was purchased for $10, which is cool. I love this one. Okay. It's got a special plastic covering on it. But yeah, it's really cool. And then I do have this on DVD, and I've never seen a Laserdisc before. Like I've never watched a film on Laserdisc before, so I would like to watch it sometime. I think this would be a good film for it. This one's another one. I've only seen parts of this, but I haven't seen the full movie, Amadeus. But this one they paid special attention to the Laserdisc packaging, because you open it up and you've got the table of contents here and a whole gallery of photos from the production. Look at this. Isn't that just beautiful? Then over here you have different illustrations for, I guess, the costume design, and a whole blurb about the costumes. here's the back. This is it won 8 Academy Awards. This Laserdisc is a high definition remaster of it. I've only seen parts of this, but I should really, I should watch this on Laserdisc. That could be really fun. My father-in-law has the Laserdisc player. I'm not sure if it still works though, so I have to ask him. I love this movie. This is a deluxe widescreen version of So I Married an Axe Murderer. I really love this one. It's so funny. With Mike Myers. I used to watch it on cable all the time when I was younger. And, yeah. It's funny because in the movie, Mike Myers also plays his own father. So he wears like gray hair and other prosthetics to look like older. But the accent that he does is just like Shrek. Maybe even a little more far-fetched, but he does a Scottish accent. Oh, this one's a good one. I don't know if any of you have seen My Father the Hero. And it's with Gerard Depardieu and what's her name? Katherine Heigl when she was younger, and basically I think what I remember is that she meets this guy and she really likes him and they're on vacation or something, but she has a big problem with like lying or something. I can't remember because it's been so long since I've seen it. Yeah. But anyway, this was a fun one to watch growing up. Oh, yes. I love Independence Day. I watch it every July because who doesn't love American Independence Day with aliens? So this was in the heyday of Will Smith, where he could do no wrong. And here it talks about a little bit about the making of it, and it includes more pictures from the movie and the major cast, and then table of contents, and then this looks like an illustration of the spaceship. I don't know if it is an illustration, but it looks like it. And then there's a couple more pictures there from the movie. And then in the back, we've got a bit more information about the movie and what it's about, and more pictures. And yeah, it's just a pretty cool piece. Here we have the English Patient. I've seen parts of these when it came to dramas from like the 80s and 90s. Because I was so young, I wasn't as interested in the dramas. So now that I'm older, I have to go back and watch these because they're very well done and better than some of the dramas that are made today. With the exception, there's a lot of really good television dramas being produced now, but like, I feel like the 80s, the 90s, well, basically cinema before 2010 was like really good. Maybe even 2005. But something along the way started happening where it started not being as good. Here we have pictures from the film. And then more pictures from the film. And the table of contents. I really love Juliette Binoche, she's so good. And one of my favorite movies of hers is Chocolat. Who could resist Top Gun? The making of this movie is also interesting to hear about. This just talks about the making of the movie and just has a couple pictures. Like, the making of this movie was such a mess, but the editor apparently, like, saved the movie, made it into something really watchable, and who knew that it would be so iconic to this day. Yeah, 1986. That's before I was born. Crazy. Okay, here I have Speed. One of my favorite movies, action movies. It's just so fun. And then the back just tells you the synopsis, and then tells you a little bit about making it, and with some pictures throughout. It's pretty cool. Then we've got Doc Hollywood. Michael J. Fox, he's such a great actor. He has a big personality, and yet he's such a petite guy, but he's so good. It just has the credits and the synopsis, chapter index, and that's about it. Here we've got E.T. and it says the story that touched the world. This one is not a booklet, but it's just a disc sleeve, and it's just the synopsis with the pictures. Very standard. I really love this film. It would be interesting to see what it looks like on Laserdisc, because I've seen how it looks digitally and on in the theater and all that, so I'm curious about it. Oh, the disc is popping up. There we go. We have Major Pain. This one's a good one. It's so funny. I used to watch this a lot growing up. And then I like that it has Hillary from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I know her real name's not Hillary, it's Karen Parsons. But anyway, very funny film. Oops. This is very nostalgic for me. Then we've got Al Pacino in Scent of a Woman. I love this one. It's very cozy. The way he just plans this whole weekend in New York and eats at really wonderful restaurants and spends the night in this wonderful hotel and just spends all this money and just splurges on a weekend. Looks like fun. And then, obviously, the scene that got him the Oscar was that when he was standing up to the board of that school, the private school. So good. Or actually, there were several scenes that I think got him the Oscar. Because he was just so self-destructive and everything. Very good film. Okay, here we have Lawrence of Arabia. Now, I have to admit that I have not seen this film. I need to see it. It's imperative that I see it because it's considered one of the best pieces of cinema of all time. So I have no excuse, especially because I'm a filmmaker, and content creator. So it's really, I have to see it. I just never got around to it yet, but I promise I will watch it. Let me know in the comments which one of these laser discs is your favorite out of the bunch. We have a slight crinkly one. We have the Three Musketeers. I didn't watch this one as much. I saw The Man in the Iron Mask more than I saw this one. But this one isn't bad. It's just not great, but it's not bad either. Charlie Sheen. I wonder how he's doing now. I need to see this one. I haven't seen it in a bit. Steel Magnolias. I feel like I never really saw the whole thing, or because I'm trying to remember watching this film, but it's been so long. I've seen Mystic Pizza. I've seen that one. I feel like a lot more than this one, so I need to rewatch this. I don't think I'll watch it on Laserdisc. Probably just see if it's on some kind of streaming and watch it sometime soon. Father of the Bride, Part 2. Oh, the baby's so cute. I love this one. Frank is by Martin Short is one of my favorite characters. He's just he has so much energy. I love this one. This was a great one. And now that I've had a baby, it hits differently. When I do experience that, like, once, I used to watch movies from the perspective of a daughter, and now I watch movies from the perspective of a mother and a wife. I don't know if you guys can relate to that as well. But yes. The Sandlot. I love this movie. It's so good. I'd completely discount the sequels that were made. There's only one Sandlot, and it's this one, and it's great. I don't even think, like, even half the kids do. Actually, do any of the kids act anymore? I think the only one who acts now is him, but I don't think he does anything very much. But yeah. Okay, but we've got the story, behind the scenes, the cast, chapter index, and then pictures throughout. It's just a very simple layout. I appreciate these like plastic coverings because it really prevents dust and stuff from getting in there, and also the wear and tear, as you saw with the Saint one. Yes. Big. Overall, it's an okay movie, but I have a big problem with it because in the film, so he's like, what, maybe 10 years old, and even though he changes into an adult, he has sex with a woman, and I found that to be utterly distasteful, because he's 10. He's not really an adult. So I take issue with that story point, and especially with everything that's going on in Hollywood with people who attack minors or have a fixation on minors. All the scandals and all that stuff happening. I mean, it's like, of course Hollywood would be okay with this story. But anyway, overall though, it's the idea of the movie is good. And I feel like if they removed that one part, then that would have been just fine. It would have been just as impactful. But yeah. Anyway, it just it tells a little bit about the movie, the synopsis, and all that, and some more pictures from the movie. Here we have the Untouchables. Oh wow, I remember. Kevin Costner is such a great actor and filmmaker. This was a good film. It's got Robert De Niro, and there he is. It doesn't have any information, just pictures. On the back here, it just has pictures from the movie and a brief synopsis, chapter index, and the credits. So, there you go. Good film. Here, that's a nice crinkly one. Kind of. Some crinkles here. Contact. I love this movie. I thought it was really interesting. Jodie Foster always plays really interesting roles. I'm a fan of hers. And especially in the 90s, she just did some really great stuff. And I just like the idea of how the film played out, and the aliens leaving us a message. That's really cool. This is one of the ones that I revisit a lot. Robert Zemeckis is one of my favorite directors because his movies are always so good. Like, they're the kind that you want to rewatch over and over again. Oh, yes. Schindler's List. This one's letterboxed edition, and man, this was I saw this movie the other night, because when I was younger, again, this was a drama, and back then I was very little, too little to be interested in those kinds of films. So I finally saw this film the other night, and there were so many times I cried, and it just, like, I still think about it. Like, this is such a good film. It's one of the best films ever made. Truly. It's very good. And I saw this also because I'm in the process of developing a project, but I'm not sure if it's going to be a documentary or a film, like a narrative film. And so, but there's some elements of Schindler's List that, like the occupation and all that stuff, that are similar to what I'm creating, or working on. I don't want to say a lot about it yet, but this was a really good film to watch. We've got the photos here from the movie. Does it open up? Let me see. No. Okay, it's got the chapters and just simple photos. And then in the back here. Bam. Okay, I have never seen this movie. Actually, no, wait, yes I have. Once Upon a Crime, I remember this. It's a wacky one. My husband likes this movie. But it's okay. I don't really revisit it that often. All over this little doggy. It's so Sean Young, she's really good at playing someone kind of crazy. But she's a good actress. Everyone here is good. Oops. Okay, so I need to watch this. I have not seen this movie. I'm probably gonna get a lot of hate for saying that, but I need to watch it. I like I like 007 or James Bond, but I tend to like the Mission Impossible films better, or like that franchise better than James Bond. But I think it's still a very interesting IP. A cat fight from Russia with Love. And here we've got Sean Connery. And we've got the cast, the credits, chapter index, and what it's about. Here we have Fools Rush In with Matthew Perry, Rest in Peace, and Salma Hayek. This one was interesting. It's an alright movie. I think Salma Hayek is actually a underrated actress. I really liked her in Desperado, in Frida. In this movie she did well too. And what was the other one? From Dusk Till Dawn. Very iconic, but I feel like after a few movies she didn't really pick good ones. You know, she really needs to be put in the right film for her to really shine. And I feel like she did not throughout her career. She's very hit or miss, depending on the project. So, and last but not least, we have Terminator 2, Judgment Day. I'll be back. There's a little bit of wear and tear on this one, so it's being kept safe in a plastic sleeve. There is a booklet. Let me see if I can. So I took it out of its packaging, but I just wanted to show you. Oh, cool. Yeah, it's just got stills from the movie and the chapter index. And more pictures. But that looks cool. And then on the back, it's the synopsis and all that. Very classic film. I love this film. I feel like Terminator 2 is the only one that was done really well. The first one is just okay, but all the sequels following it were just not as good. And I don't know why. And I don't know why they couldn't get it good, you know? There's something about Terminator 2 that just was done really well. Anyway, those are all the Laserdiscs that I have. My father-in-law, I think, has a few more. A lot of them were damaged in a flood because the basement flooded. So I'll see if I can find any more that are not in too bad a shape. But in the meantime, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments if you have any other ASMR requests. And as always, thank you for watching.